Hi there, Sudeep. I thought I would take a minute and make you a video that I think will clarify everything you need and get you going. We can still meet if you would like to do that, but I thought I would give you this as a reference. I'm going to hit Create Assignment, New Assignment from Scratch, and I'm going to put a title on this. For this example, I'm going to do Muscle Test. And I want to change the category over to Test from Homework. I am going to tweak the settings a little bit. A lot of the defaults I like. I don't like my students to see the score until after the assignment is due. You could change that to immediately. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't like my students getting discouraged by their score and having discussions about it in the Teams channel. So I like my people to not see it until after it's due. I certainly want the show whether an answer is correct or incorrect set to after assignment is due. That means they can't see what's right and share the information with their colleagues. The thing you don't want is only after completed. That sounds right, but it's got a problem to it. If they skip a question, it won't show them the right answers at all. And then time limit. Probably want to put a time limit on this. I don't know where you are, but I'm going to stick 90 minutes on this. And if you're good with this, you can save this as a default for the test category. I would leave the rest of the defaults alone, and we'll be just fine from there. We're going to go to items next so we can pick our questions. If you have some questions built, then you can toggle open my items, so you'll get only your imported. I've got that plus a test bank, and I'm already in chapter 10, muscles and muscle tissue. We'll start there. I'm going to hit true, false. I'm not even going to bother reading these questions. I'm going to assume that you created questions and you know what you're looking for. So you're just looking for stuff that you know is right. Oops, didn't mean to get that multiple choice. We're getting just true, false here on purpose, and you'll understand that in a minute. So we're going to get these by way of example. And you bring in as many of those for chapter 10 or whatever chapter it is as you think makes sense. And I'm going to stop at this point. This is just a demonstration. And then we're going to go to organization. We will come back and pick more items to get multiple choice. But what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to hit select at the top to pick everything. This is only going to work this first time. There's another way to do this when we bring in a multiple choice. I'm going to hit pool. That was grayed out beforehand. I'm going to call this one chapter 10, true, false. And I'm going to toggle this because it's going to show me how many are in my pool. There are 15. And what I think I want to do here is give everybody 10 out of those 15. And we'll hit create pool. So now we have a pool of true, false questions from chapter 10. Let's go back to the item library. We'll scroll down. Don't uncheck any of those true, false. Leave them alone. And now I want to start checking on multiple choice questions. Now you are picking your questions. I'm just simply grabbing these by way of demonstration. And we'll add in a couple more. And I think pretty quickly you'll get the point here. Scroll down a little bit and get some from the next chapter section. And we're nearing enough for me to make this demo work okay. So we're going to go back up to the top. We'll hit organize again. And now we have multiple choice in here from chapter 10. Now, I cannot, unfortunately, do the select all because that's going to grab this pool. So these I have to check individually. It's not that big a deal, but I'm going to pick all of these multiple choice from chapter 10. And pool those. It was a little tedious, so I sped the video up for you. We're going to call this chapter 10 multiple choice. And once again, toggle open and see how many are there. There's 23. Maybe I'll give everybody 15 of those. We'll hit create pool. Now I've got a pool of true, false for 10 and multiple choice for 10. I also need a test for the other muscle chapter. So I'm going to go back to items and we're going to go to the muscular system. And it's telling me kind of what's going on here, but I'm going to kind of repeat this process. We'll pick some true, false in a hurry. Again, I'm focusing on one question type at a time in order to create the pools the way that I think you described wanting. Oop, I don't want that multiple choice in there. And back up to the top, right back to organization. And now I've got another set of questions. I'm going to get these all individually. And you're beginning to understand the process at this point, I think. Once again, back to the top, I will hit pool, and we're going to call these chapter 9, true, false. How many were there? There were 12. I think I'll give everybody 8. Create a pool. These numbers are ultimately totally up to you. So I've got a nice little test setting up here. I'm going to go back to items, and we'll just complete this loop with multiple choice. Again, you're never unchecking anything that's already in your test. Leave those checked. I'm going to get some 9 multiple choice questions. You will be picking questions you absolutely know you want. And I think that's enough for our demo. We'll go back to the top and back to organize one last time. I got a lot on that one. I'll just speed this video up. And you know the drill at this point. I'm going to go back to the top and pool that group. We're going to call these Chapter 9 multiple choice. How many are there? Looks like a big chunk. I've got 25. Let's do 12 from that. Create pool. And that is the process for creating a multi-chapter, multi-pool test. And it tells you, this one is called Chapter 10 True False. We're getting 10 out of 15. This one is called Chapter 10 Multiple Choice. We're getting 15 out of 23. This one is called Chapter 9 True False. We're getting 8 out of 12. This one is called Chapter 9 Multiple Choice. We're getting 12 out of 15. If it bugs you that these are in a weird order, I can pick all of these and move them up. Now those are all at the top. Let me uncheck those. Come down here and get the Chapter 9 multiple choice and move those up as well. So now I've got Chapter 9 True False, Chapter 9 multiple choice, Chapter 10 True False, Chapter 10 multiple choice. We will save that down at the bottom. And that is now ready to go back to the home screen and put that on your calendar. So I'm going to drag that down and have it due on Monday. But at this point, I'm going to do another fun trick just to be sure you're aware. If this is something I want my students taking on Monday at, let's say, 8 in the morning, I don't want them even seeing that until that time. And this availability date is when they can first see it. So I'm going to click that. And if it's on the 18th, I want it visible on the 18th at, let's say, 7:59 a.m. So 1 minute before my class starts, it will become visible. And then it will be due at midnight on the 18th. Or maybe I want to make that due on that day at 10:45 a.m. So in this scenario, they do not see that on the 17th. They certainly don't see it today. It will become visible at 7:59 on the morning of the test, and it will be due by 10:45, the end of class that morning. A lot of flexibility. You can kind of do whatever you want with those. I am still very much happy to meet with you if you'd like to do that, but this should, I think, answer the bulk of your questions. Take care, Sudeep. I hope you have a great holiday break. See ya.